Hi, everybody. Melanie here. Some of you may recognize my face. I've been on YouTube, I've had a channel before, but I decided to start from scratch. Yes, I decided to start from scratch. Everything fresh and new because this is a totally new season in my life. I've been through a lot and I'm in a place of transition. And I want you all to come along with me for the journey. Yeah, it's just a lot has gone on since the last time I've even filmed, and I just want to encourage, empower, and uplift other people that may be going through some of the changes that I had gone through and gotten through with God's help. So today, I just want to discuss briefly one of the issues that I should have made a video about a long time ago because, this situation could have took me out. So, for those of you who are familiar with the CPAP machine, it's for the people that need a little extra help breathing while you're sleeping. Have you ever had somebody nudge you or wake you up while you were sleeping because they were like, "Oh, you stopped breathing." Like you snore so loud and then you stop breathing, you scared me. Okay, so that's what was happening. My husband was always waking me up like, "Girl, like you stop breathing." Like, I was scaring him. He'd shake me and I get mad. I'm like, "Shoot, I was asleep." But anyway, so I would actually stop breathing a whole lot while I was asleep. I would wake up with bloodshot eyes, horrible headaches, and I would still be so sleepy, even though, it looked like I was having a good night's rest. I was really messed up. So in 2019, my doctor ordered a sleep study. Went into the hospital. A couple of hours. They need to monitor me. Had the little wires hooked up to my head and chest, and all of that going on, just so they can monitor how bad the situation was, and it was pretty bad. So after that, they ordered me a machine, the CPAP machine. So I'd been on that CPAP machine ever since 2019. Now, this is where it gets crazy. No one told me that I should be monitored while on a machine, like every 6 months or something like that. Monitor the settings, and the people at the medical supply, they should have been looking at the readings because it has Wi-Fi. The CPAP machine has Wi-Fi, and they can tell if if you're getting enough air, if you're if the sleep therapy is being effective. They can tell on their end. No one said anything. I didn't know that I was supposed to get anything checked or how often. None of this information was given to me, which, like I said, almost took me out of here. So, fast forward to 2023. I started having heart palpitations, fluid retention in my legs and feet. It was terrible. My ankles and feet looked so bad that I looked like I had preeclampsia. For those of you that don't know or aren't familiar with preeclampsia, that's when a pregnant woman's blood pressure is way up high and then she starts swelling everywhere. I've had that before, that with my oldest son, first pregnancy. So I know how. Well, I'm like, my ankles and feet look like a pregnant woman's feet. Like, what's going on? And I call myself dieting, and it's like nothing would help. I go to sleep and my ankles and feet would just be horrible. Um, I went through a phase where it felt like I had pneumonia. I went to the hospital, and they're like, "No, we don't see anything," or they would blame stuff on my weight because I've been pretty heavy for a while. We can't see we can't really tell what we're looking at on the X-ray because of the fat, and they will say some crazy stuff, and I'm a reader. I would go into my files and see what they're saying, and what they had written down, and they just brushed it off as it's a weight problem. Nothing's really wrong with her. It's a weight problem. She needs to lose weight. Everything is always, oh, she needs to lose weight. I've even had a doctor tell me the reason why you're swelling is because you have excess stomach fat and it's blocking, is blocking the flow of blood and circulation, when you sit down. I'm like, you know what? No, that's not it. That's not it. So I kept on and kept on complaining and, talking to the doctor. And finally, she scheduled me to see a cardiologist because, like I said, I started having heart palpitations and I had a lot of stuff going on. And so I saw the I saw the cardiologist last year around, I want to say around this time last year. I saw the cardiologist for the first time, which was it was a very eye-opening experience. This man, I'm telling you, his name is Elliot Niesenbaum, and he was heaven sent. He was heaven sent. He had just started coming to the town that I lived in. When I tell you, he sat in the office and went through my chart, which was, thick like the Bible. He went through it with a fine tooth comb. And 2 hours we were in that office while he went over every little thing, and he kept assuring me that he was going to get me together. He's like, I'm going to get you together. And then, the things that this man was asking, nobody else has ever asked. No one else had ever been that caring, concerned, compassionate, as a physician. 2 hours in the office. He had other patients that were waiting for him. The medical assistant kept coming to the door, peeping in, and he didn't care because he was trying to get me together. And for that, I'm forever grateful. He looked through the chart and was reading me things that no one had ever told me. I was so disturbed. I was so disturbed. Like, why didn't why nobody ever told me the things that this man was telling me? So he looked at me, he did a thorough examination, and he said, you know what, the problems you're having, he said, you're on that CPAP machine, right? I said, yeah. He was like, has it ever been calibrated? I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, does it have a ramp up feature? I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. He called over to the medical supply, who was supposed to be monitoring my sleep therapy every night, and had her immediately read him the numbers. That's I'm not going to get all technical because I don't know the terms for what he asked for, but he was like, read me the numbers. How's Miss Butler doing? Terrible, terrible, terrible. What she read off to him, he was like, that's what I figured. He was like, you have fluid in your lungs. The CPAP isn't at the pressure where it should be for you to have, effective therapy. So it's causing fluid to back up in your lungs. It's causing you to have swelling and edema. It's causing your blood pressure to be sky high. It's causing you to wake up with bloodshot eyes and headaches. All of this because my CPAP machine hadn't been regulated in years past when I first got put on it. But I guess throughout the years, there was a new feature in place with the machines where instead of it sitting at one set level, like, okay, for example, you can have your sleep therapy go from like 0 to, whatever. Mine was set for 11. If I needed any more air pressure past 11, it was just too bad because my machine wasn't set for me, to go past 11. So he asked me, have you gained weight, lost weight throughout the years since you've had this machine? I was like, yeah, I sure have. I've been having a lot of problem with weight. And he was like, if you lose or gain weight, the settings are going to automatically change, need to be changed on this machine. He said, but that's okay. We're going to get you straight. We're going to get you straight. So he had them change. He told me as soon as I left there, he wanted me to go home, get my CPAP machine, take it to the medical supply so that they can change the settings with a wider range to accommodate, for any changes, so we won't encounter this problem again. So instead of it being set at a steady 11, he changed it so I would have a wider range, and he set it so that it would go up to 18. I know it's sort of confusing for those that don't have to deal with this, but bottom line, the machine needs to be able to ramp up to accommodate for the different needs and different things that's going on with you, because you're not going to always need the same amount of air pressure every single day for a whole year. I was on like a strict, just, it was right there at 11, and that was it, and I needed more. So it was showing up, and I was very sick, very sick. So okay, that part, yeah, he got me straight with that. So then he was like, okay, I'm going to put you on these meds and different water pills, and just to alleviate all of the swelling and stuff. And it's just the care that he took. He sat and explained how the water pill that I was on is not really good for the black community. No one has ever told me that. It's just something that they give out. You all probably are familiar with it, hydrochlorothiazide, and he was like, that doesn't really work the best for African American community, and there's something better. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, come on now. So, like I said, he talked to me for 2 hours straight. Went through every little entry in my chart. And it was a great experience. I was touched. I broke down and started crying in the office, and he looked at me and was like, what's wrong? You should be happy. And I just told him, thank you so much. Thank you so much, because nobody has ever taken this amount of time, to get me together. Like, I was literally dying. Didn't know what was wrong. Had been to the emergency room multiple times, and no help. No help at all. I would just go back home with the same problem. Blood pressure sky high. Didn't know what was wrong. So I'm so grateful for Dr. Elliot Niesenbaum. Wonderful man. Once I started crying, he immediately jumped up and gave me the biggest hug. I think we hugged about 2 times before we left out of there. But that man, I thank God for him. I thank God that he took the time to see me, and that he genuinely cares about his patients. Wonderful man. Wonderful man. So after I got the machine calibrated like it, when I left and took my machine to the medical supply and got everything fixed, I started seeing results immediately, along with the medication that he prescribed. I started seeing results immediately. The swelling went away. I'm like, I just been sitting up here suffering, just suffering. My blood pressure became regular. Please, if you're on a CPAP machine, please make sure you're being monitored. Make sure somebody is monitoring you. You have to be your biggest advocate, because some of these doctors will kill you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I had no idea that I should have been, having the settings changed from time to time, or checking in to see how my sleep therapy is, is it being effective to the people at the medical supply on the other end, because they can see this. They have the readings. And that's another reason I was so upset. I'm like, you all get these readings, but obviously you're not looking at them. because someone should have contacted my doctor and let them know, hey, her readings are looking crazy. You need to call her into the office. Something's not right. But like I said, he got me together. He got me together. And I mean, I couldn't be more grateful. So, like I said, just get yourself get yourself checked, take care of yourself, and I pray that this has been helpful to somebody, because I'm sure there's someone else out there that had no idea that you're supposed to, get monitored while on a machine. We can't just take the machine home and use it and just, never get any feedback about how you're doing on the machine. So, yeah, just advocate for yourself and continue to ask questions. Continue to ask questions. Even if you have to go to different doctors to get the answers that you're looking for, continue to press in, because I mean, like I said, my life was at stake. I was in a terrible shape, terrible condition, miserable, didn't know why I was always swelling, didn't know why, it hurt to breathe in and out, huffing and puffing, stuff like that. So, like I said, I pray that this has been helpful to someone. I have much more. I have so many stories to tell. And that's my goal, just to help somebody along the way. It makes no sense to sit on the knowledge that I have, right? So I pray that you all are blessed and you'll see me again. Like, subscribe, and have a blessed day.